While in South Australia, I decided to take advantage of the fact that 124s basically grow on trees in this state and visit some local wrecking yards. I was not disappointed. I actually saw 3 124s today and collected a healthy amount of parts. Not everything I need, but some extras doesn't go astray. This had an interesting radio setup in this car. It had the Mexico 2000 with the separate amplifier module in the rear. I haven't personally seen that in a 124 before, but obviously it was an option. I would have considered taking it, but I really have no use for it, and I couldn't be bothered removing the harness that runs all the way to the back of the car. It's easier said than done. I did salvage that climate control panel. Very pleased with the appearance of that, but to my surprise I actually found an even better one later, and I bought that as well. So I have no shortage of climate control panels now. I also liked the look of the twin electric fans and salvaged those as well. Well worth the effort. They look a lot better than the ones on the Red project, so they will go in their place. This is another yard we visited. There were 2 124s here. I didn't get anything off this particular car, but I just had a look anyway. Because it's a pre-update, it really doesn't have much value to me. Of interest was this convertible BMW 3 Series. I thought this was a terrible shame to be trashed like this. If I had a car like this, personally I would restore it, but I guess whoever had it didn't think it was worthwhile. It does have the M Sport package, apparently, and it had the wheels as well, but they've already gone missing. The interior's pretty trashed, but hey, it's convertible. It's worth saving as far as I'm concerned. So these are the parts that I salvaged today. I even got the wood trim with that climate control panel, so I have 3 spares now. I have no shortage of fan controllers. The covers for the hood under the nozzles. I got a duo valve and pump assembly for a friend in Perth, and this is my fan assembly. Pleasingly, it all packs in my suitcase, so no problems at all getting this home. And I will fix the connector on my Red project. It has an aftermarket socket on the fans at the moment. And this is just another car I looked at today. It's a diesel W201, the E270 to be precise. I haven't seen one of these in person before. This one's pretty reasonable. It did have a failed transmission. It's got a replacement in there, it just needs to be set up to use it. But otherwise, it's pretty reasonable condition. Usually these cars are falling to pieces by now, but this one's pretty good. And the engine runs damn perfectly. It starts up first go as well. Another interesting car I showed on my channel in the past, this 190. They swapped out the 2.6 litre M103 to a 3 litre, and now it has a 3 litre M104 in there. And it's still running the D-Cubus aftermarket K-Jet control system, so it's got a custom tune on there as well, along with the ignition being controlled by this setup as well. And it runs pretty well. Also of interest is one of the rarest cars in the country. It's an E36. Unfortunately, the previous owner of it saw fit to basically destroy it beyond repair. It could still be a good project if someone's willing to put the effort in. I'm unsure if the current owners will, but they haven't decided yet. I hope they will proceed, just for the simple fact of how rare it is, and it would be cool to see one running. Chances are I'll never get to own one. They just basically don't exist where I am. You can see here the coolant has basically exploded all through the engine bay, and for the engine to have overheated to the extent that it has, this wasn't an isolated incident. This has been ongoing, and they continued to run it as it was. All of the bores are rusted, some are severely pitted. This engine cannot be used the way it is. It will require a full rebuild, or being sleeved, or alternatively a donor block and cylinder head coming to the party and being modified exactly as the AMG originals were, and then assembled like a new engine. The overheating was so extreme the pistons have actually scraped the inside of the bores as well. This is the AMG modified cylinder head. It's failed the hardness test, so it's effectively scrap metal that looks like a head at this stage. And look at the state of that valve. Some serious temperatures were involved here. I just can't believe that anyone would do this to a car this rare. It's bordering on criminal. Hopefully it can drive another day, but that's not up to me. It's up to them, and if they want to spend the money.